Let's take a look at the official Dungeons & Dragons mini dice dungeon with D20 included. Villa Varykino, living the Star Wars life. Hello there, and welcome to the Villa Varykino YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Dungeons & Dragons officially licensed mini dice dungeon. I'm sort of a little bit of a superstitious person, so I figured that this is something that I probably would find use for. I had a look around online and this one caught my eye. Not only is it officially licensed and comes with its own D20, but it's got lights and a fun little book included as well. It says Guide to the Mini Dice Dungeon. We've got here a warning about the button batteries that are inside because this dungeon lights up. So I'm very keen to take a look at it. It says, when your dice act up and keep rolling critical fails, then the best way to keep them in line is to put them in a timeout. This miniature kit includes a dungeon with LED light, an officially branded D20 die, and miniature book with shame cards. So I thought that was hilarious and just the sort of thing that I was looking for. So let's jump in and do a little mini unboxing of a mini dice dungeon. So I'm just going to grab my scissors here and we'll get stuck in. There we go. Let's get in. So we've got the dice dungeon here wrapped in plastic, and then we also have inside the box, we have sort of like a product information because it contains batteries and a cute little book, a guide to the mini dice dungeon. We can see he's even got a product page and lots of fun little bits and pieces. Going to be having a lot of fun reading that. And the little sort of shame cards here at the end. So that's fun. But of course the main thing I want to have a look at is of course the dice dungeon itself. So let's open it up and have a look. Just gonna rip through the plastic. So the box does mention that it has batteries included. So I have to have a look at this. It is switched on, so who knows, it's probably drained its batteries being in here for some time, so that's a little bit of a shame that it's not. Sometimes they're switched off and they've got like a little protective tag that you can pull out. This has probably been sitting in storage for a bit, and unfortunately those batteries are drained, so I'll have to grab some batteries and do a bit more of a second look in a moment. But let's open this up and get the dice out of the dungeon. It's quite a stiff little hook there. Okay, so that is a really tight dungeon door. Your dice are not going to escape on you. I had to kind of wrestle with that one off camera for a minute. It is just a plastic lip there to hook in there, but it's really tightly. And this door can bend, so you kind of don't really have a lot of sort of good hold on it. It just kind of wants to bend when you want to pull on it. But after a little bit of wrestling, I did manage to get it out. Probably those with shorter nails might have an easier time of it. As we can see, it's kind of got like a nice even sort of smooth surface there, so it's not going to scratch any special dice. There's a LED light there at the top in the roof, which unfortunately isn't working. You can see it's got a battery compartment here. I'm going to have to swap in some batteries and check that out in a moment. But yeah, so that's fun. I like the fact that you can sort of see in there. So just for a moment, I'm just going to take a look at the little included D20. So in its own little protective little bag. Okay, so it's got a fun sort of translucent green D20 in there with black numbering, and we can see it's got the, let's see if I can show that on camera. It's got the Dungeons & Dragons ampersand there on, let's see, what number is that? On the 20 perhaps? Yeah, because there's the 1. So yeah, there on the 20. It's got a lovely sort of green tint to it, which would look really fun when you've got the light on it in the dungeon. So very cool. And it's got dots to denote the 6 and the 9 there. So very, very pretty. It matches with the dungeon quite nicely there. I think that that's fun. It's just a classic sort of, you know, sort of plastic die. It's not going to, you know, be the standout piece in your dice collection, but I think it's fun. You know, as a slightly newer player, I am, you know, still building up my collection. So this one's going to be kind of fun to put in there. And then, of course, we have the little book. I won't go through too many sort of spoilers. I just thought it was fun that it has introduction, tips for taming your dice, best dice practices by class, the do's and don'ts of dice handling, and but what if they still betray me? So it's a fun sort of a little introduction to the concept of sort of basically dice superstitions. You know, if you have some that don't roll well for you, and just sort of throwing in a little bit of sort of D&D play in there in terms of, you know, that different classes may sort of treat their dice differently, and the ways that you can sort of basically give good luck to your dice, or perhaps punish them for bad luck. So I think that that's really fun. Of course, the dungeon is the main part of this box, but the fact that there is a cute little book to go with it, I think that that's really cute. So all in all, not too bad. I am a little bit bummed that the batteries aren't fresh, but we'll get some batteries and take a look. Okay, so now I'm back with batteries. So it was a little bit of a shame that I had to go and find batteries because it's a pretty niche. It's not like a AAA or anything like that. It's a sort of a fairly niche little button battery, but found some online and they finally arrived in the mail. So now I can actually check out the light function of this dungeon, which is actually pretty cool. So I know it's under strong lights at the moment, but it's pretty strong here in person, and it shines right down on the bottom. You can see it's quite an isolated section. So it really works well with this translucent D20. So if I put the D20 sort of try and position it right underneath it, you can see it really does illuminate the dice quite well under that spot. I'll probably take some photos so that I can better show what this thing looks like under normal lighting. So I haven't got, you know, bright lights shining down on it, but hopefully you can see, even under these strong lights, just how bright and cool this effect is. You can see it even shines a little bit outside, and it really just does illuminate the D20 quite fun. It's like sort of an ominous green light shining down on your naughty dice there. So a little bit of a hurdle getting this, certainly opening the door. I've kind of, you know, been playing with it since I opened it, and yeah, I'm not really closing this gate. It's a little bit of a shame. I suppose I could shave down the plastic on this hinge so it just sort of swings open and forward, because you don't really need to lock your dice in there quite so severely. But yeah, so I just swing it like that and not really close it, because I'm not going through that hassle of trying to get that out. I'm probably going to break it or something like that trying to do that again. But all in all, very, very cool. I think it's fun. I've seen lots of different fan-made versions of dungeons, but not to be, you know, sort of biased to an officially licensed thing. I know that not everything that's officially licensed is the best out there, but this was just fun. It's nice and small. It's lightweight. It's going to fit in a drawer alongside, you know, your dice, and it's got a light in it. I just think that that's cool. You know, pretty strong thing there, and the green works so well with this D20. It's a fun little D20 to add to my collection. I don't know that I'll necessarily play with this one. I like playing with full sort of matching sets, but I think it's just a fun freebie that they gave, you know, with you to go with your new dice dungeon. So yeah, just a nice easy little screw compartment there to get in to put your batteries in, and a nice on-off switch here on the back. So turn it off. It was odd because the instructions mention about pulling the plastic tab out so that the batteries are no longer, you know, like those sort of safety tabs, so the batteries aren't touching. That tab was not in there, and it was switched to on. But this was sealed inside plastic inside the box, so I don't know, some sort of factory mix-up. I don't know. If you've bought this dungeon, let me know if yours arrived in the same condition, that was basically switched on. Because of course, if this spends any amount of time on a store shelf, the batteries those are going to be dead flat, and that's a shame. But all remedied now, so it's all up and running. Very keen to have this at the ready for any naughty days. And of course, that fun little book with sort of how to train your dice and how to sort of punish your dice for those naughty rolls. So all in all, I think this was great fun. And I don't really feel the need to add another dice dungeon to my collection. I think this is basically all I need. It's cute, I can see it, it looks like it's been naughty and put away, and it's got that fun light to just kind of give it an ominous glow, which is always fun for the scene setting. So very happy with this to add to my Dungeons and Dragons collection. So hope you enjoyed this review. A little bit chaotic there at the start, but we got there, got it all fixed, got it all set up. So I'm very happy. Thank you so much for watching. Check out our other videos for more geek fun, and may the force be with you. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, check out our other videos, and subscribe for alerts about new uploads. Thanks for watching, and may the force be with you.